When you think of Super Bowl champions, you might picture the bright lights of the big city. But for one East Texas town, their champion comes from much humbler beginnings. Let's head out to Groveton, where Lane Johnson's legacy is more than just touchdowns and trophies. It's about that hometown pride.
He put Groveton on the map, yeah.
Groveton, Texas, a town of just over 1,000 people, but home to one of the NFL's biggest stars. For Lane Johnson, the road to 2 Super Bowl titles started right here.
We called him Spider Monkey because he was all arms and legs when he was a little kid. Skinny, uncoordinated. You would not think he would grow into the guy he is today, for sure.
That's him. Look how skinny he is.
Before the bright lights of the NFL, Lane Johnson was just another kid under Friday Night Lights. He was also the valedictorian, on the track team, and also hooped a little.
Before I got to be 80 years old, I drove a school bus, and mostly on trips. He was on every trip we took because he was involved in everything. He ran part of the mile relay at the state track meet. You know, you don't expect that from a big old boy as big as he is now, you know. He probably couldn't run that far now.
Grades were always super important to him. I can remember us going to track meets in high school, and everybody in track meets, if you know anything about track, they all stay on the home side. Well, Lane always went to the visitor side, and he would be in the top of the bleachers doing homework before his event.
Johnson's path wasn't always easy, facing position changes and setbacks before becoming a cornerstone of the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line.
They moved him to tight end, and he came back to me and said, "Coach, man, I don't want to play tight end. You know, I want to play quarterback." And I had to sit him down. I said, "Lane, I'm telling you, you're fixing to be at a level that you're not going to play quarterback nowhere. You're going to be big, and you're going to get in the weight room, get bigger and stronger. And I don't know where you're going to play. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be on the line somewhere. It'll be offensive lineman, or it'll be a defensive lineman or defensive end. And so you might as well just mentally prepare and get ready for that."
For Groveton, Lane Johnson isn't just a Super Bowl champion. He's a symbol of what's possible, proof that greatness can come from anywhere.
A man that has come from a small school like that to set an example for kids, to show them that you don't have to go to a 6A school to make it the NFL. I mean, his story is just incredible.
These kids, for the most part, a lot of them don't get to get out a lot, and they don't get to go and see those big venues and those things that get to happen. So for them to be able to turn on the TV and watch somebody that had walked down these same halls or dressed in the same locker room that they dressed in, it does open their eyes that there is a chance for them to do something outside of just what they have here in Groveton.
His story is the latest reminder that small towns can raise the biggest stars.
My family all laughs because when he's on TV, I'm watching and nobody's interrupting because we're watching Lane. You know, we don't care what Jalen Hurts is doing. We're watching Lane.